yo, this game is fun. It reminds me when I was a kid and watching cartoons.
All the Steam libraries and all the PCs and all the world, Mouse PI for Hire walked into mine, and I wish I liked it more than I do.
We good, bro? We can all agree right now that IGN just doesn't know how to review games anymore, and I sincerely doubt any of the reviewers are actual gamers or like playing games in general. And the recent review of Mouse PI is the perfect example of how bad journalism has gotten in the gaming industry, or in general, basically. I played Mouse PI for 7 hours, and it's a game that I've been very much waiting for it to be released ever since Fumi Games announced it back in 2023, 2024, I think. That was like 2 years ago, so yeah, it's been a long time. Because when they announced it, I kind of was immediately drawn into the concept that they're trying to create, which is a Looney Tunes cartoony kind of game, mixed in with this gory, messy Doom style FPS shooter. And I gotta be honest, I love 1930s rubber animation, and the way they integrated it into this game was flawlessly executed, to be honest. I played the game, I loved it. I am having so much fun going through the different kind of level, using each and every kind of gun. The gameplay is awesome, the dialogue is clever, witty, and the voice acting is impeccable. Each line delivered very, very well. The references they made is also very welcome and sometimes surprising. The plot is what it is. I mean, it's a serious noir detective kind of plot, which, as you know, they go, you start a normal case and then it develops into something more and more serious, the deeper you go, which is honestly a typical detective noir kind of plot. And the way they're approaching it in a comedic kind of way, with the cheese references, them being mice, and Jack Pepper basically just goes into a room and kills everyone there. It's just like, it's a nice way to make the gameplay fun while also making the storyline kind of interesting, but still approach it in a kind of satirical way. Now this brings us to the review itself. So the reviewer mentioned a couple of things here and there that honestly made me just not understand what was he expecting from this game. He's basically mentioned the way that noir is being cheapened by how the animation is, or by what the dialogue is about and how it's being approached. But the game didn't sell itself or market itself as a serious RPG detective noir kind of game. It sold itself as a wacky, loony, rubber animation FPS shooter kind of game, and that's what it is. That's what it delivers. So I don't understand why he had these expectations from the game. It's very confusing, and it honestly goes to show how little these reviewers actually understand from what the game wants them to enjoy. And the way he was talking about the game in his review, it sounded like someone who was just ready to give up. It's very surprising to me, because you are talking about this game in a very kind of serious tone, and you're taking it as serious as you can get while you're showing us footage of Looney Tunes. You see the irony in this? I mean, I saw it. You see we see it as viewers, but does the reviewer sees it? And he kept mentioning how, of course, there's an alligator in the sewers. Like, why wouldn't it be? Like, it's so cheap, it's so unoriginal. It's like, that's the point. That's the point the game's trying to make. All the stereotypical ideas of a Looney Tunes in a noir detective FPS shooter. And the game delivers on that perfectly. I mean, at no point in time when I was playing the game, I was like, what is this? What's going on here? Like, no point, because you are going to be disappointed if you're starting this game and expecting some serious detective work. That's not what it advertised as. And what's his deal with the references? They are mice. They are going to talk about cheese a lot. I mean, at this point, all of his criticism of the game is that he was expecting something and he didn't receive it, which is brings us to the point of how journalism is really not working out in the gaming industry anymore, and IGN really needs to go through a sort of reform, redesign, or some other companies to take over and take these kind of reviews more seriously. Because I am not gonna trust a reviewer or a media company reviewing a game when the reviewer doesn't understand what the product he's reviewing. And it's quite a shame that this is what they got out of this game when it honestly deserved way more than it did. Like, if I personally want to review this game, I would give it a 9 out of 10 immediately, because first of all, it delivered on the marketing message that is a 1930 rubber animation game with mixed in FPS shooter Doom kind of Go style. That's how it was marketed. That's what it's delivered. That's one point. Second, it was very polished. There was no bugs, no problems, no FPS drops, nothing of that sort. Everything was smooth and the animation was as it should be, and I was pleasantly surprised, to be honest. That's second. Third, dialogue and the voice acting, both of them in the same category. Impeccable. Delivery, every line is delivered as it should be, and there's a really good chemistry between the voice actors. The lines that they're saying is very witty, very funny, and it represents the era of the game is showcasing. You know, they're talking in this Boston style, old 1930s kind of style of accent and of references, and the way they portray each and every character is the correct way. And gameplay is so much fun. Each and every weapon has their own funny, wacky design, and I love it. Even if one of the criticism of the reviewer is that how is a toy gun making this kind of impact? That's the point, and it delivered as it should have. No complaints about the gameplay whatsoever. The maps now, the map design, it could have been a little bit more. Everything seems a bit too linear, and the game difficulty can be a little bit more higher. I think it's way too forgiving for a normal difficulty. I'm playing it on normal. I should have played it on veteran. It's my bad. But yeah, normal is way too easy, and I think even easy difficulty is gonna be like a walk in the park for most of you guys. I didn't mention the plot because the plot is not what the game's trying to sell here. You know, it is gonna be obviously the weakest point of the game, because it's marketed as an FPS shooter like Doom. You know, it's not here to tell you a story. It's here to just let you have some fun and kill some wacky doodle mice. That's all there is to it. That's the 9 out of 10. There you go. IGN, get your shit together. The reviewer, I'm not gonna mention his name, take some antidepressant, man. Go out for a walk. Get away from video games, because it's obviously not something you enjoy doing, and it was painfully obvious from your voice in the video. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Mouse PI for Hire? Do you like this game? I love it. I'm having fun with it. Do you think IGN needs a redesign? I think we all agree they kind of do. And I will catch you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye.